So you start by reading directions. Solve, step one, check, step two. So remember that this is distance, right? This is distance, right? Really, this is like the center. Think of this as the center, and this is how far you're going. This is the actual distance right here, 24. So where we're starting and how far we're going, graphically, it's like we got a middle, and then we're finding some answer to the right, some answer to the left. One positive direction, one negative direction. That's why we take these two and break it up. Negative 6x equals positive 24. So 6x is negative 6x is like our middle. And by saying this is what's 24 to the right, positive. And then we're also doing the same thing. 6x is the middle. What is 24 the other negative? So we just have to solve those. You write this down if you don't have another. Negative 6 divided by negative 6. 1. 24 divided by negative. Negative 6 by negative 6 again. 1. And you see how side by side the steps are about the same? You'll have the same work. Watch out, double negatives. Negative 5 by negative. Now, let's say a check. So what will a check look like? That's when you take the original problem, the one printed on the page, and you plug in your answer. So plug in negative 4 for x. So let's do this. Negative 6 times negative 4. And then see, well, does that actually equal 24? And sure enough, it does. Absolute value of 24. Now, given this should be very eye-opening for you. Whenever you take the quiz on this, which will be next week, you can do a check on all of them and know if your answer is right. So you can actually write the grade of your quiz before you turn it in. You do a check. It's not like I hope I did well or yeah, I'm not sure if I'm doing it right. If you get the same thing on both sides, it's correct. So that's the thing. If I tell you this will make sure you get the right answer, should I have to tell you to check? You just want to. Look how long it takes. Look what you have to do to actually see if you're getting 100%. You have to make sure things multiply 6 times 4. That's not too much to ask in order for in return getting 100%. So absolute value of negative 24 is positive 24. So we have both these answers 100% correct. I don't have to hope, wonder, wish, and know that they're going to be 100% correct. And then at the end, it's very clear. Like that. I'm going to do 2 more, but you understand that's the process for each one. I'm talking and explaining everything, but when you guys really get the hang of it, this whole thing will be like a minute and a half, 90 seconds. Look at the arithmetic with you. You had to do 6 divided by 6, 24 divided by 6. You had to do 6 times 4. Arithmetic is minimal. Okay? It's 3rd grade times tables. The only algebra, which is like, okay, what's the step? You have to know to break it up into positive 24 and negative 24. So if you look at, yeah, this might be from beginning to end long, like a lot of writing, but if you look at the pieces, like, well, that's an easy step. I can remember to do one positive, one negative. I know it's 6 divided by 6 is, I know 24 divided by 6 is. And say, yeah, I can do that, then everybody can do that. So let's look at, this was multiplication, right? 6 times x. Let's look at one that has division. This means r divided by 3. You see a fraction? A fraction is division. Fraction equals division. A division sign Everybody knows this? These dots just stand for numbers, as if it's a fraction. That's why it's this symbol. This is a fraction. Like a number on the top, a number on the bottom. It's a division. Okay, so this means r divided by 3. What divided by the way, what divided by 3 is 1? 3? You already know the answer. One of them. What's the other one? Negative. So let's not say this is hard because it's a fraction. You guys already know the answer. We just got to show the work. So here we go. What divided by 3 equals? Equals what? 1. And what divided by 3 equals? Negative 1. Division by 3 is canceled by multiplying by 3. Right, notice how I put it on the top. Same thing on the right hand side. Division by 3 is canceled out by multiplying by 3. And you know 3 divided by 3 is 1. You know 1 times 3 is negative 1 times 3. Now you know since there's no pluses and minuses on neither 1 or 2, that's why we have one the same number in the answer. One's positive, one's negative. Okay, and I'll let you guys do the check, but I mean we're pretty sure at this point that those are our two answers. All right. Yeah, let's skip down to actually number 4, and then we'll do. Now, you'll notice that we're 10. It's on the outside of the absolute value. Everything we've done so far has absolute value equal to some number. We want to keep it that way. We know how to solve this. We break it up into 2 parts, and we know how to do that. But when this 10 is on the outside, it messes it up. So let's get rid of the 10. This means 10 times, right? There's no nothing here. That means multiplication. So what I'm going to do is divide by 10. That gets rid of division. You might be tempted to distribute. Don't do that. These are not parentheses. But we can have this multiplying by 10 canceled out by dividing by 10. Equals 4. And now it's just like we've been solving. We have a distance, or we have a center equal to a distance, and we can continue right going. Alright, so what plus 2 is equal to 4, and 2 plus what is equal to negative 4. This will be the thing that's new today. If you look at all the problems, there's something outside of the absolute value. And we're going to need to cancel it out by doing the opposite. So this is like a 10 times, so I divide it by 10. Next one might be have a plus 2. I'll subtract, I'll do the opposite of whatever it gives. I can't tell you we always divide first and then subtract. It just depends on what the problem is. Yeah. You gotta get rid of that 10. Gotta get rid of that 10 first. Okay. And again, side by side, it's nice because you're solving 2 equations, but you really just do the same thing on both of them. Minus 2, again, minus 2. 0, 0. What's left over? 4 minus 2. And negative 6. Negative 6. When you do the check, plug it into the original problem that's printed on the page. You actually want to do a little bit longer, but again, this is multiplication tables. It's basic. And thinking this takes long, but just think about what you get in return. You want to get an A+ on every quiz and test, this is what you got to do. Some people will choose to stop and say, well, that's too much work. This is an extra minute of work. That's too much for me to do. Others will say, that's a good trade-off. I might have an A in that. So you got to make smart decisions. grade your own paper before you turn it in. Pass every math test. You have to take notes for that. Okay, so let's zoom in on what I highlighted here. Let's practice this. I'm going to trust that once you get down to this point, you know how to break it up into two, get your two answers, and do your check. But the new part is highlighted right here. So let's go through some of these others and do that first step on a lot of them. And then I'll let you guys go. So number 3, there's nothing outside of the absolute value and nothing to do. Number 7. What's outside of the absolute value and what operation? So is it what number is it and what is it? Add, subtract, multiply, divide. So what is it? The number? 7. And what's the operation? Multiply. So how are we going to undo that? Divide by. Looks a little weird because we have fraction and I'm dividing by it, but really all this means is canceling out the 7. And then 7 divided by 7 is 1. And now this is just like number 2. What divided by 4 is 1? 4. And then you know the other answer will be negative 4. So just show the work. Look back at number 2 if you need to need some help on that. There's no tricks on these as long as you kind of get the general pattern, it'll be okay. Number 6, what's outside? 4. Plus 4. A positive, plus 4, so how to undo that?
You might.
Right. So we gotta switch back and forth how to cancel. This is hard to get. Yes, it might be a lot of writing, it might take a while, but don't confuse that with being difficult. Any others we need to set up, get going? 7, 8, are we okay there?
Yeah.
Let's just do verbally. Number 7, what we gotta do first? Add. Yeah. So what's outside the absolute value? Minus 7, so undo that. Add 7. What's outside of here? Minus 3. How do you undo that? Add 3. Add 3. Kind of get the idea. Flip it over. Stay with me. Don't get locked up on one problem. You're missing everything I'm talking about right now. You'll have the rest of the period in a second.
Okay.
Okay, what's on the outside here? What do I got to do? Divide by negative 5. So the dividing one, it's always the same number. With the adding subtracting, it's the opposite number. Now be careful. What would somebody could easily do this? They could say this is no solution because it's equal to a negative, right? Look on the board, number 10. But if there's a negative on the left-hand side, those two negatives will cancel out and be positive. So don't start off by just looking at the right-hand side and saying, okay, negative, no solution. Yeah, if you do that, just check the other side to see, well, maybe you can divide by negative and cancel it out. So here we go. Now you can see how this problem, once again, it turns into number 5 and number 2. It's repetitive. Like number 5 was just a 4 down here. What divided by 4 was 1. Now it's what divided by 2 is equal to 3, which is 6. Yeah. Same thing on number 2, right? So very similar as we go through here. On number 10. What does this mean again? Do this up there. Yeah, this is divide by 8. Fraction, divide. Fraction means division. So to undo that, we have to multiply. Multiply. On top. A couple things you can do. Be careful with your absolute value. Make sure they don't look like ones. Okay. You can either make them darker like I am, or just make them taller, make them go like a little bit above and a little bit below the stuff on the side. So it doesn't look like a number 1. I can change everything. Alright. So verbally, number 11, what we gotta do first?
Divide by 4.
Divide by 4. So on the outside, this is multiplication, 5. What about number 12? What we gotta do? Add 10. Yeah. So it's subtraction, add. Number 13?
Times 3.
Times 3. Division by 3, times 3. Number 14? Times 7. 15.
Divide by negative 7.
No, you divide negative 7.
Divide by negative 7. So this is going to have solution. Negative 35 divided by negative 7 will be positive 5. It does have solution. What number 16?
No solution.
Yeah. So here we have, like number 10. We have the center, and we're saying, what's negative 76 away? There's no negative over here, like on number 15. There's no negative to cancel this one out. So yeah, that's no solution. And you can use this symbol, or you can write out no solution. Same thing with 18, right? Alright, you guys have the rest of the period. I'll be collecting some work. If everybody seems to be finishing this today, right now, I'll collect it and be done with it. And I'll definitely be collecting yesterday's, the whole week stuff. So have that ready, make sure your name's written on there legibly, and I'll check that out. Go to it.